All right, everybody, welcome once again to another Stogie411 show. And as you can see, I'm hopeful, and it looks like on the meter all the audio is working this time. So we are back on Wirecast. No more of those stupid flipping screens. And I am here with my partner in crime, Mr. Old Michael Williams. How you doing today, Mike?
I'm doing great, man. And yeah, I'm the old Mike today, and he's the young Mike. Thanks to Mr. Jose Blanco for that honor. And hopefully, like Mike said, you can hear us fine. We are back live with Wirecast, and everything looks good. So, Jose, we appreciate you coming back on. I believe this is your third appearance, I think, second or third appearance on the show, and we're very honored as always for you taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. So thank you once again.
Well, I don't know why anybody will want me on the show, but what can I do? No, it's always a pleasure for me to be on the show, and you guys have been throughout many years supportive. And young Mike, I've known for a while as a young, passionate, rising, type connoisseur social media guy. One of the things I like about you guys, and we had it off the air, is your honesty. And I think that means a lot. You guys, call it how it is, no BS. And, at the end of the day, that gives the show the credibility. And, people like myself and other really important people in the industry always like to come and be on the show with you guys because you do a great job.
Well, thank you.
Even if one is younger and the one is older, but it's going to be different.
You can keep mentioning that all show. I like that.
His head's gonna swell up, Jose. Don't go saying that too much to him. Well, we're glad. We try to be honest. We are who we are, and everybody says the volume's good, audio's good. So looks like we're finally back on. So Jose, let's kick it right off, and let's talk about your new adventure, your new brand, and all the new exciting things that have changed recently in your life.
Well, everything has been great, as everybody have seen in the last 10 months. It's going to be 10, 11 months now. I'm working with Hochi at Tabacalera Palma, which is my first cousin for the project Señorial. Emma, my wife, was the person in charge of getting the name, because to be honest, we looked for a long time for a name. I just, to be honest, gave up. She is very persistent, and she came up with the name, with the concept. You've seen the box, you've seen the band, you've seen the logo, our strategy. I think she's done a good job. She used to work for a Swedish Match, do all the general from Russia to Macedonia. So, and her father was at Swedish Match for many years. So she's been in the business, and that really helped a lot. So, going to Hochi, my cousin, which makes the aging room that's done phenomenal, even before the raid. It was better. I had the opportunity to go and look at all his tobaccos from his own farms, tobaccos that were 3-4 years old, especially the fillers, and he had the wrapper, and he had some of the binder, which is a Estelita from Nicaragua. And after 7 months, we put together what I think is been my best blend ever. It's a medium to full body cigar, very rich, very complex. I would say on a scale of a 1 to 10 flavor, like I always work, is 9, is 10, and the strength level is going to be between 8.5 to 9. It's the strongest cigar I've ever made. It's not like anything that I've ever made before, but I'm very happy. We're very happy, and we look forward for a lot of people to enjoy it also.
Oh, that sounds like it's right in my wheelhouse. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm a nice full body guy. I like the complexity. Real quick, Jose, what's the name mean?
The Señorial, it means lordly. It means genuine. It's like it means it's all. In Spanish it has one meaning. In English it would have another meaning. But it's like the height of my achievements in the industry. and just the way, just an easy name to pronounce, because everybody knows how to say Señor, so it's only adding the aisle, Señorial, so it's
good. That helps me.
Helps me too. Now, I wanted to ask Emma. Well, first off, how are Emma and Jasper? Everything going great?
Oh, Jasper's, I don't go to the gym anymore because he runs so fast now that he gives me a workout every day, and Emma's really hyped up. You've seen her on social media. To be honest, and I've said this many times, I'm good at talking, I'm good at blending, I'm good at selling, but writing, I really suck. So really, if you see the way she writes and reviews and says things, she has a pretty good palate. She's good at that, and she's very happy with everything.
That's awesome.
But I'm still her boss.
And I wanted to ask, in the company, what is her role in the company? Does she have more of a general role where she will actually test blends with you, or?
Oh yes, she test blends with me, but she's the marketing manager because that's what she used to do for General Cigars from Russia all the way down to Macedonia, and she's done a lot of events, and she's pretty good at what she does. She has a palate. She's right up there. She's kind of picky. She likes a lot of flavor overall. She likes the spice. I'm not the spice guy, but between the two of us, we combined it, and we've come up with something that it's going to be unique. To be honest, it's not going to be a cigar for everybody, but it will be a cigar for people who really are like that, like I say, that rich, full body, full flavor, clean taste is it's gonna be right up their alley. Somebody once told me, I believe it, if you try to make a cigar that everybody is gonna love, nobody winds up liking it.
Right. Well, hey, Jose, let me ask you this. Speaking of that, like you just said, it's not going to be something for everybody. So it's almost kind of like you stepped out of the box a little bit, and correct me if I'm wrong, but where people come out, I mean, you've been around, you've master blended, you've done a lot of cigars, but like you said in the pre-show, this is kind of almost like your first time making a cigar because it's your own per se. But you stepped out of the realm of the norm where most people come out, they try to make a cigar that's kind of more in the simple, just medium body blend for the massive majority to like. Do you feel any, are you scared a little bit because you stepped out of that box, or was that something you were trying to do anyway?
No, there was something we were trying to do because, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of really full body cigars, and we tested a lot of stuff, and you guys know I smoke 4 or 5 cigars a day, every country, every brand. I mean, it's crazy. People say, how can you do it? Well, I really cut down because it used to be 6, 7. I brought it down now to 4 and 5. And to be honest, I'm enjoying cigars more. No, but what I wanted to do is to come out with something that people could really feel what it is to smoke a blend that is really full body. Because unfortunately, a lot of people tend to confuse the flavor with the strength with the body. Some people smoke X brand and they say, wow, this is really, really full body. Well, to be honest, it's not full body. It's just a cigar that has a lot of strength to it. So you have to have the combination of the flavor, of the strength, the complexity, of the balance, of the aroma, and flavors. So some people that have smoked it, after that, they're smoking. I said, well, we're seeing the way they're smoking it, and, starting the cigar off, they say, well, it's a little bit over medium. But when they get into it, and then they get to the middle, they say, like, wow, it's like that late nicotine effect to it. Because the problem is people, unfortunately, do not distinguish really the body, the strength with some types of cigars. I mean, and if you retrohale, like some people have said, well, it's kind of a medium. And then I say, retrohale it, and then they go like, wow. It's not the same thing.
Yeah. I'd agree with you.
What we really want, I don't want everybody to love it. What I want is people to like it really. I want it I want them to like it. I want them to love the cigar.
Now, before we get too far,
You know, there's a lot of there's a lot of brands out there that have these die-hardcore smokers. It's not that I want some guy smoking 5 senorials a day, but if he's smoking 3 cigars a day, I want him to think senorial, because senorial is going to get the satisfaction. He's going to get what he really wants on this. I want him to love it, to fall in love with senorial.
Nice, very nice. Now, I want to say before we get too far, what are you smoking today, Jose?
I am smoking a senorial Corona Gorda. I'm in heaven smoking this.
Mike, what you got?
I'm just about done. I'm smoking Ernesto's 2013 Edición Limitada. I don't have any of the new ones, as we told Jose, but I do have a CYB for my backup when this one's done. So we're going to go to that. But yeah, I've been digging this Ernesto's newest creation. It's really delicious.
Ernie, you've seen it on social media. Ernie's one of the factories that I most go to. I have the utmost respect. And I mean, we talk about the industry, we talk about blends. What are you doing? I'm doing this, I'm using this, working at this tobacco. If I know of something, I tell him. If he knows about something, I tell him. You know, I've said it a million times. Do we need more manufacturers? Of course not. Do we need more retail shops? Of course not. Now, do we need better manufacturers? Yes. Do we need better sales shops, owners that are knowledgeable, that really want to go out there to educate the consumers, to bring in the stuff that people want? Yes, there's room for that. If everybody does what everybody's doing, you know, we want doing nothing. We're not going to grow. And even though we have the FDA breathing down ourselves, taxes, smoking bans, and all these things, if you look at the numbers, the imports were up last year because people want to smoke. Social media has helped so much, and there's so many good brands out there that people are really into it.
Good. Now, I guess I'm going to take the first question. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell everybody. I am smoking CYB. Look at that.
CYB Lancero, that's a great smoke. I mean, a ton of flavor, a little bit over medium, a little bit of spice, nice sweet notes to it. A really phenomenal cigar.
It doesn't overpower you. That's one thing I don't care about with cigars, is when it overpowers you and the power takes over and just eliminates almost everything else. It kind of takes the enjoyment out for me. But we have a question here in the chat. I'll go ahead and take over here with it. It's Phoenix Smoke wants to know, what kind of initial release are you doing? Are you going to do, is it going to be a regional or a nationwide?
No, it's going to be nationwide. The West Coast is going to take a little bit, maybe start getting around the 15th after the 15th of June, because I just worked out a deal with one of my reps, and then the Arizona too is going to be out there. So initially we're doing the launch at Cigar Inn in New York on the 4th. Then we're going to our good friend Kevin at Buttheads in Connecticut on Thursday the 5th. Then we're doing the one and only Sanj in New Jersey. And then we will do Wooden in Dave Meyer at Wooden Indian in Pennsylvania. So it's initially 4 shops. Then, you know, we come back. Then we get ready for the show. Then I start traveling September, October, November. Then at the end of the year, I got to go to do some events in Russia, some events in Sweden also. So I'm already booked up for the rest of the year.
Nice, nice. Well, I'm looking on here, Jose. I see on your site you're initially coming out with 5 sizes, from a 46 all the ways up to, which Mike and I are going to love, a 60. And we were talking about that a little bit earlier. But let me ask, I always ask this question because I find it interesting, every different manufacturer. What, if any, adjustments did you make when you went from that 46 to that 60 in the blend?
Oh, it's funny. That's, you know, one of the questions that I get most asked on programs. People who write to me, even people who are starting off, and I'm not gonna lie. You have to look at this. There is no brand that I know of that has 5 or 6 sizes that you smoke every cigar, from the smallest ring gauge to the biggest ring gauge, and you're gonna have the overall same experience.
Right.
It's one of the hardest things to do. So you might like the Robusto, the Corona Gorda, then you smoke the Toro, the 6x60, you think something is missing. That's why it took us so long, because especially everything up to the Toro and the Bellicoso was okay, but that 6x60 was one of the hardest things we had to work on, because we want the people to be able to pick up the same intensity of the flavors, of the complexity, of the aroma, working out the draw, everything. Because you got to remember that with so many misconceptions that people have, people think that a big cigar is more flavor, more strength. It's not true. The smaller the ring gauge, because of the ratio of filler to binder to wrapper, the smoke is going to be more intense. So that's where you really have to do a lot of adjustments. To be honest, I had to do a lot of adjustments on the 6x60 to try to get it as close as possible. And then the other thing we're working on is on the Lancero, that as a lot of people don't realize, it's the hardest, on straight parejo, it's the hardest cigar to make, because you have so little room to play with the blend, and you have to center that viso or that ligero right down the middle. It can do on you, it doesn't tunnel on you, or it doesn't have a tight draw. Why do many people you see on the reviews, well, I don't like Lanceros? Because unfortunately they've had bad experiences with X companies on cigars that they bought 2 or 3 Lanceros. One was tight. I remember I saw something the other day, a thread got going on, and people mentioned 5 or 6 companies, and everybody's saying, they don't know how to do a Lancero. So that's why the Lancero's coming out a little bit later, because we're taking our time. I took the most experienced rollers at the factory, and to work on it, we starting production one of these days. So it's going to be, towards the end of the year. It's a special thing that's going to come out. But it's very, very, very hard size to make.
Now, and of course, the 10 by 100 is coming out shortly after, correct? Sorry.
I know. Good luck with that.
Now, out of your line, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the Petit Corona best?
No, I like the Corona Gorda. To be honest, I like them all. Now, what am I smoking? Mainly, it's going to be the Robusto, the Toro, and the Corona Gorda. Once in a while, I'll smoke the Bellicoso, which I like, and also Le Grand. But, we've worked very hard, and that's why it's taken us so much time to come out everything. We were supposed to come out end of April, but to make adjustments and all that, and, and give the cigars the 90 days needed. And so that's just the truth.
Well, let me ask you this, Jose. Why now? Why now come out with your own blend, after your own cigar, your own personal cigar, after all these years of doing manufacturing for other people and making cigars for others? Why now?
Well, to be honest, and I'm going to tell a short story. When I retired from La Road, I put in my 30 years. I got a nice pension from them. Em and I were in Sweden, and to be honest, after a month, I was bored.
Yeah.
I mean, and I looked to him and I said, look, we've gotten offers from this company and that company and this company and that company. So I wanted to continue my love. I mean, my father grew tobacco, my cousin Hochi grows tobacco, my grandfather grew tobacco, my great-grandfather grew tobacco. Tabacalera Palma has been around since 1936, one of the biggest growers in the Dominican Republic. I decided, and I said to him, look, we got from this company, and, Alejandro, which I've known for many, many years, made us a nice offer. We went to Nicaragua and spent a couple of years there. And I always liked, tobaccos from Nicaragua. It was good to me. I spent a lot of time with Jonathan. We would see ourselves on a weekly basis. Pepin would be, every other week we would spend time. I would see the other manufacturers. It was basically Pepin, which I've known being so many years, and Jonathan was almost sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. I've had a great relationship, and then, contract came up. I decided, I want to go back to my roots. I learned a lot. I think it was time for me to really come up and do something for myself. Emma's very passionate about it. I was very happy that, she got so much involved because, like I said, I did the blending and part of the selling, but everything, the concept, the box, the band, the website, everything. She did that, and I mean, she did a great job. I mean, and I'm very honored. Look, to be honest, we shipped out the first 35 cigars yesterday. There's like 23 or 24,000 already sold. People didn't see the box, didn't see the van. Nobody who ordered even smoked the cigar. I mean, when somebody's, okay, I want to do an event with you and says, you know, send me 75 boxes, and a whole bunch of people, you know, send me 3 of each size, send me 20 boxes, send me 25 boxes. Some people like 12 boxes. I mean, it says a lot. I mean, I am very, very honored from the support that I've gotten from the retailers, from consumers, from media, from everybody. I don't think that happens really a lot with anybody coming out with a cigar, you know, to get so many orders without even seeing the damn cigar.
I agree with you. I think it speaks on your reputation, and I don't see anything but success, because I've smoked tons of cigars that you've had your hands on, and I've never had a bad one. So that's coming honest from an honest guy. So I don't expect nothing but better things from this one. So.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be right up your alley, old Mike.
Old Mike, that's right.
Yeah.
My wife's gonna watch this, Jose. She's gonna call me Old Mike all day long.
Well, what you have to do after that, if you don't want her to call her old Mike, you know, just take her out to the mall, let the credit ride.
Oh man! Now, the thing that did surprise me, Jose, I honestly thought once your stint with La Aurora was over, I thought then is when you would have came out with your own. I really did. I was surprised when you did the Drew Estate move for 2 years. I guess you were there, and then came out with your own. That for me shocked me. You know, with knowing you and talking to you and everything else, I really thought. I mean, with your industry presence, I think you have such a presence in the industry. Most people know your name. You're a very personable guy. I mean, people can come up and talk to you, and you'll take the time and talk to them. You know, and that makes a big impact, I think, nowadays, especially in the industry with how many manufacturers out there, how many cigars are out there. People see you as a person, not a cigar. And I think that's a wonderful thing. But that did, I just wanted to say that did surprise me. I thought you would have done it before your estates. Is there any reason you didn't?
I was a little bit surprised too, to be honest. But, it was. I just said. I just realized how much I love this industry. I mean, I get every day, to be honest, in my inbox, on Facebook and my emails, direct message, and Twitter, between 15, I would say an average of 15 a day of people asking me questions. I take my time to write back to them to clarify misconceptions that they have. I try to educate. I'm going to continue with my blending seminars that starting in September. I'll do it. People like that so much, and I just have so much love and so much respect for the consumers and for the store owners and for the industry. I just want to be a part of this for the rest of my life. This is something I've said. If I were to die tonight, and I would go up, and the old man up there would say, "Oh, we're going to send you back. What do you want to be? You want to be an actor? You want to be a painter? You want to be a poet? You want to be a writer? What would you be?" And I said, "You know, God, send me down as a tobacco man, because that's what I want to be all my life."
Nice. Well, Jose, I'm looking at your band online. The artwork, I love the artwork on it. Can you give us a little information about how you came up with the artwork? What does it represent? Anything? And if you just go into a little bit about that.
About the band, I didn't hear the band. What was the question?
The artwork on the band.
Oh, the artwork. Well, that's we have to give credit to Doña Emma also on that. Okay, we found this. She wanted art, and we had a different concept before. But then, you know how she is. She looked around, she researched and all that. She's very into this. So we found a picture of an old street in the colonial zone in the Dominican Republic. So what she did, she sent it to her stepmother, which is she is a very good painter, and then she gave her more or less the guidelines of what we wanted. Then she the style and everything, and she painted an oleo of the painting. Then it was sent to us. Then Emma went to Cigar Rings and worked with Alberto Montserrat and then they design everything. And one thing to her credit that all the cigar rings, this is the first time that somebody has come up with a project where the only thing we've had to do is just to print the box, the concept, the band, everything. She did it on her own. Now, I don't want her to really listen to that because she's going to say, you know, I want this or that. So just keep it between us.
Yeah, it's just right here with us, Jose. You're good.
Don't worry, she's next to me, so I'm in hot water anyway.
Well, I like it. I'm a big believer. I've always been a big believer. I believe the band has as much passion as the blend of the tobacco. And I love looking at a band before I smoke a cigar. It doesn't have to have artwork, but some simplicity sometimes is just as beautiful. But to me, it's like a nice dinner. I like to look at my dinner before I enjoy it. And I'm the same way with a cigar. So I think you got a beautiful band there as well.
Yes, the box, the inside of the box. I mean, that paint. Look, anybody could have never heard of the brand, and they walk into the shop, and when they see the lid, that they're gonna say, "Wow, this is really a work of art." So they'll probably pick up a cigar and smoke it, and if they really like that full flavor, full body, they're just gonna fall in love with the cigar.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Let's hop off that train for a second, and I'm curious, what are you and Emma smoking other than your own cigars these days? What are you enjoying?
No, we smoke everything. No, we smoke everything. We smoke everything from Ernie, from La Aurora, some of the Pepin stuff, some old stuff that I had. I mean, just about everything. Cubans too. I mean, when we were in Thailand, I ran out of cigars because we did a seminar there, and we had a meeting with all our distributors. And I had a friend that came over from China, brought me a boatload of Cubans. So, you know, we ran out of cigars, and we were smoking like 4 or 5 Cubans a day, too. When I go to Sweden's, too.
Well, since we're kind of on the Cuban thing, we just talked about the Cuba. What do you think about the tobacco coming out of Cuba right now, Jose? Would you say it's still comparable to back in the heyday when it was really rich? Or would you say, what's your opinion on it right now?
Look, to be honest, and I know I'm going to get a lot of slack for this, are Cuban cigars overpriced? Of course. Are they overrated? Yeah. Are they inconsistent? But of course. Now, when a Cuban cigar is good, is it as good as any cigar is going to get? But of course. But you have to understand, a roller in Cuba is making $10 or $12 a month. There's no motivation. Cuba only has 3 sources of income. It's sugar, tourism, and cigars. And if you look at them, most of the Cuban cigars, they have a lot of similarities to them. Now, you take some special edition, ediciones limitadas of good cigars, and of course, you're going to find something a little bit different. But the majority of Cuban cigars, you know, people think in their mind they're strong. They're not strong cigars. I mean, when I've gone to Cuba, I brought cigars, Antaño, Double Ligeros, things like that, and people have said, how can people smoke this? Cigars, to me, majority of Cuban cigars are very rich, very nutty, very creamy. Most of the cigars are around medium. I ask people, what's the strongest cigar? It's like, oh, they say Partagas, they say Cuba. But no, it's always been Bolivar, which has been a very consistent, and to me, it's the most full-body cigars that the Cubans make. And I mean, when a Cuban has a good draw, it's been aged well and everything, you know you're going to have a phenomenal cigar. But cigars from Dominican Republic and Nicaragua are more rich and more complex, more balanced. We work more different tobaccos. And the day the embargo is over, and I've said this a million times, the best is yet to come. And a lot of people have seen cigars that I put up, you know, and when I've been there, I brought back tobacco that Hawaii gave me, and I made blends, and I've given it to people, and they smoked it, where I put a little leaf of a Nicaragua, and I put Dominican, and I put this wrap, and I put this other wrap, and this binder. And the cigars are very rich, very complex.
Nice. Now, well, I'll let you take this question in the chat, Mike.
Did we miss that? Jose, can we break down, I think we didn't do it, can we break down the blend?
Yes.
I don't think we broke it down. Let's do that.
No. The blend is all from Tabacalera Palma Farms. Tobaccos, all the fillers are 3-4 years. We're working with an original Piloto Cubano and also with Corojo. The binder is an Esteli Viso, and the wrapper is Habano Ecuador. You know, every leaf of tobacco has its own characteristics. If you look at Habano, you know, you're going to have a lot of flavor. It's going to be earthy. It's going to be spicy. With the Nicaraguan, it's going to be very sweet, also earthy. Piloto Cubano is going to give you a lot of great aroma and a lot of flavor. Piloto is going to give you the strength. It's going to give you the balance and the complexity. So, you know, with all the years of experience, you know, looking at these tobacco, that's the way we put it together, and we're very happy with it.
Nice. There you go, Phoenix. There's your answer on the blend. That's broken down. Real quick, before we go any farther, we're midway in the show. I want to give a thanks to the tobacco company for allowing us to broadcast live once again every Saturday, every other Saturday that we broadcast. They're kind enough to let us use their facilities. So we want to give a shout out to the tobacco company for their generosity towards Stogie411.
And if you're
go ahead, Mike.
No, and talking about the tobacco company, I mean, Greg and Dave, which I've known for many, many years, are probably one of the best retailers in the country. They always great events. They support a lot the CRA and the industry and anything that has to do with smoking bans. They have a great selection. They have one of the best shops indeed in the country, and they're good people.
Agreed, 100%.
Definitely, and like I was saying, if you're ever in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania, every other Saturday, you could be here right now live asking questions right here in the shop if you wanted to.
There you go.
But I wanted to ask also the price point on the cigars.
It's 7 to 11. 7 de Corona, Gorda, 8 de Robusto, 9 de Toro. The gun is $10, and the Belicoso is $11. Nice. Boxes of 24.
Nice. All right, sweet. Well, listen, we're gonna. I think Old School Wife, she's got a good question that's going to lead us into another part of the show that we wanted to get Jose's opinion on, and that is the new FDA issues coming up. But Jose, Old School Wife wants to know. I like Mr. Bianco's take on what the average cigar smoker can do to support premium cigars during the FDA comment post period.
Well, the first thing that you have to do is to see that that site where you're entitled to give an opinion to the FDA, and try and on social media as much as possible to support the CRA and say leave our cigars alone. Because the problem is that, and you guys know that, how much time I used to spend in Washington with senators, with congressmen, going to association meetings all over the country. People have to understand that the premium cigar industry is around between $6 or $7 million. So what they're trying to put us is in the same arena as the cigarette industry, which is actually around $88 billion. So we're a drop of water in the ocean or in a pool, if you want to put it, compared to what they are. We do not target minors. The store owners have been 100% not letting kids in. We don't use Joe Camel and different things to go out there to try to advertise. These are people that, and also the other thing is that the young guy, and that's one of the things that's been brought up, they don't have $10 to pay for a cigar, $8. They buy different things, and we know what it is. Premium cigars are for adult consumption, for people who just want to enjoy, to have that experience. The cigar industry is the only industry in the world where you have 5 guys sitting in a lounge. One is a doctor, one is a lawyer, one is an IT guy, because there's always an IT guy. One guy's flipping burgers, and one guy is driving a truck. With all due respect, where nobody is judging you by the color of your skin, by your religion beliefs, maybe on your baseball or your football team, but other than that, no big deal. I mean, we have so much respect, and our industry is so small. And I mean, what are we going to do with all the farmers? Like the other day, I saw Glenn Lupa with the 2 senators, one Democrat and one Republican in Pennsylvania, you know, not wanting the FDA to come in. And I just wrote this. If Pennsylvania, if this were going in effect, what's going to happen with those thousands and thousands of pounds of tobacco that's grown in Pennsylvania, that it's exported for filler, for binder, and for wrapper? But what's going to happen in Connecticut with all that Connecticut wrapper, broadleaf, the Habano wrapper grown there? So it's not only in Central America and the Caribbean where tobacco or South America is grown, what's going to happen with all those farmers?
Right, and that's we were. Greg was nice enough to join us for our last show when we talked about the FDA and all the wonderful things they're trying to do, and he was saying also it's going to trickle down to every aspect of the industry. It's not just the shop owners, not just the manufacturer, but the farmers. All the people working for the farmers, the rollers. Everybody is going to be affected by this, and it's such a small industry.
What's going to happen between Ecuador, Colombia, Mexico, Costa Rica, Honduras, Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, Peru? It will affect 1.5 million people. And like I said, it's 300 or 400,000 direct jobs, but you have to multiply by 4 because they don't have HBO down there. So what they're doing is making kids all day long.
Right. It's going to affect economies in all those countries as well. I mean, you're not just affecting jobs and people. You're affecting the whole entire economy with this FDA. And it's a shame, Jose. We were talking about it on our last show when Greg was on, and it's a shame that one party, the FDA, has the final say. Where is that justice? Where can one party? We have a democracy in this country where people have to follow rules. There's a boss, and there's someone under the boss. There's someone. People there, but the FDA can just say, you know what, this is what it is, and that's what it is. How is that fair?
I know, but the funny thing about it, and a lot of people, we have very short minds. During the American Revolution for Independence, and this is in history, George Washington said, if you can't give us money, give us tobacco. But a lot of people don't realize that for hundreds of years, the #1 export product of the United States when it was a young country was tobacco. We were selling tobacco all over the world. But now all of a sudden we have these all totally incorrect people. And don't get me wrong, I mean, we smoke in the shops, we smoke. I would say 99% of the people are respectful. You're always going to find an asshole that does what he wants. But, we're very respectful people. We smoke in our own shops, we smoke in man caves, we smoke in our porches, we smoke in the winter in garages and all that, so we're not bothering anybody. Plus, the other thing is that what people don't understand, or Washington doesn't want to understand, if you can die for your country at 18, you should be allowed to smoke and drink at 18. Smoking is not about health. Smoking is about rights. Cigars.
I agree with you 100%. 100%.
Definitely agree with that statement. Now, I wanted to ask you, as a new company, with these FDA regulations, if they go into effect, like they're written right now, can you see your company staying in existence, or do you think it will totally shut you down?
No, I think we could comply because we're with Tabacalera Palma. One of the things they're saying is about the $10 range, and the other thing you have to look is that we're not a mass product. We're gonna, be in the beginning, first year, 150, 250 shops into that, but we're not a mass product. We're just targeting, certain groups, certain consumers, and things like that. For a lot of companies, it's going to be very hard.
I find it weird. Go ahead.
I think that, to be honest, FDA will hurt more mass products than anything else.
I agree. I just find it ironic, Mike. Every time we say, a new company, and we're talking to Jose, to me it sounds like an oxymoron. It does, doesn't it? It's like we're talking to a guy that's been around longer than we've probably been around, alive, and it's like, okay, so tell us about the new company, and it's just it just doesn't sound right. It sounds weird.
But the funny thing is that everybody who wrote said Jose Blanco is back, but I personally think I never left.
Yeah, it's just for me, it's just hard to say it. It's just like, he's over. I see someone moving in the background. Is someone sunbathing behind you? Every time I see someone laying down, sitting up.
Oh no, that's the reflection of Emma.
Oh, Emma's in the front.
Did you tell
it's
Emma we said hi?
Yeah, say hi to Emma.
Hi.
I had the pleasure of meeting Emma one year up at Famous at Cigarrable.
Yes, you met her at Famous. Yes, it's true.
Yes, very nice woman. But I wanted to go in here with now I forgot my whole train of thought. See, we were talking about Emma, and it just totally lost my whole train of thought right there. You were talking earlier about doing traveling, are you planning to go out to events and promote this cigar yourself?
Oh, yes, yes, definitely. I will be traveling. I mean, after we come back from the show, I will be traveling 2 weeks in September, 2 weeks in October, 2 weeks in November. Like I said, then we take off for Europe. I will continue to do the blending seminars, which I think it's good for the consumer, for the store owners, for the people. I like when the store owners, they have 2 or 3 employees, and they get a couple of guys in to do the seminar. It helps a lot, and especially when I do the seminars, sales go up in the shop. But not only that, the way that the store owner and the clerks have a different view about the insights and the misconceptions that people have. This helps them a lot on sales and things like that. One of the things that I bring up at the seminar is that people ask me, well, how do I really develop, my palate? I tell them, well, I can guarantee you one thing. If you only smoke one brand, one country, it's not going to happen. You have to have once in a while Cuba. You have to smoke cigars from Nicaragua, from Honduras, from Dominican. You have your favorites. But you have to start to pick up the different profiles of every country, because if you smoke a Corojo from Honduras and you smoke a Corojo from Dominican Republic, even though they have that Cubanese taste to it, but you're going to have different flavors and different notes and different spices on it. It's like people say, well, this cigar has a lot of sweetness to it. But what are you picking up? Are you picking up the sweetness of a milk chocolate? Or are you picking up the bittersweet of like a Godiva? Because at the end of the day, in your mouth, what you pick up, or it's sour, it's sweet, or it's salty, or it's bitter. But when you retrohale, you're picking up 300 or 400 different notes that you would not pick only in your mouth. Now, what do you really pick up? If the cigar is sharp, or it's peaty, or it's meaty, or it's metallic, it's grassy, it's young, it's earthy, it's sweet, it's woodsy, it's creamy. There's so many things. Now, what I've never really picked up is blueberry muffins with almonds in the morning.
As long as you don't pick up gunmetal. We heard that once, gunmetal. Someone got gunmetal. Always wondered, what the hell were you chewing on if you could pick up gunmetal in a cigar?
Because what people don't realize is that when you say it's leathery, it's not that you lick on leather. It's something that goes into your subconscious, and you associate the flavors with it. So when somebody says, like blueberry muffins, unless it's a flavored cigar, I don't think you could really pick that up. And if anybody knows about a cigar that has a sense blueberry muffin and almonds with it, I'm willing to pay for it and have that experience.
Oh, man. That would be great. That really would. Oh, now do you have, on your website, are you going to have the dates and every place you're going to be so that people can find it?
Yes, everything is on the website. Everything is on the website. Will be.
Great. So if anybody's out there looking for Jose coming out, all you have to do is go to the website, which we'll have posted, in the show notes here, and you'll be able to go.
The events are already posted on the website.
Great. Yeah, they're already there. So once we get the website, you can go there and take a look and go out and meet Jose. That'd be a great time.
Yeah, they're on there right now. Looks like your first appearance, Jose, is going to be at the Cigar Inn on June 4th.
That's it.
Yep.
That's one of the best shops maybe in the country. I mean, Gus and Billy, they do a great job, and you have all those crazy people, the Matty Rocks of the world, the Juan Cancels, the Steve Johnsons. I mean, you got these guys that are really hardcore cigar geeks, and even though with the 75% in New York, people are smoking, they're going out there. A lot of shops, unfortunately, have closed in New York with this taxation and all this. You got 1,400 parks where people can't smoke, but still, people are smoking and supporting the events.
All right, well, I'm going to jump way ahead, Jose, okay? Now, we know the cigars are getting ready to ship, but I'm going to jump ahead. Ready? Are you already thinking of your next cigar?
We're already working on the next blend.
See, a true manufacturer. He's already a step ahead of the ball.
Yeah, because what people don't realize, if you really want to come up with a blend that's unique, that's something that stand out, you have to work with it. And when we were down to the final blends, I mean, we were still picky, and we thought we had the final blend, and then all of a sudden, we let cigars rest. We were going to go with it. We smoked it after 21 days and said, it's not complete. We got to tweak it. So we made 2 blends with it, and look, it's It's something that if you're passionate about it, and you have the knowledge, and you have the great tobaccos, great rollers, and you have the ability to come up with it, it's worth the while, take a little bit more of time and really try to come up with something. It's like I said, this is not like anything I made at Hoya or anything I made at La Aurora. It's something totally, totally different.
Now, with that, with all your years and your expertise in the industry, how hard is it, do you think, nowadays to come up with something that is new and unique with all of the different cigars that are out there? And I mean, with all the blends that you have worked with over your career, is it a difficult task nowadays?
Of course, it's a difficult task. Now, what's the advantage that I have with Tabacalera Palma? Jorge has a huge inventory of tobacco. He gets 3 or 4 years of tobacco. He grows his own tobacco on his own farms, and the farms that are not his, it's his seed, his agronomist, his supervision over it. So we know where the tobacco comes, whether it's from Jacagua, from Gurabo, from La Canela, from different farms. So that's an advantage that you have when you're growing your own tobaccos.
Nice. Now, with a small company, would you suggest people, if somebody, for your expertise in the industry, if a company is starting to get interested to make a cigar, like you said, you really don't need any more out there right now. But if somebody would you tell them to look for something like you have there, to try to look for a farm and try to get your tobacco from some place where rather than just trying to buy in bulk somewhere and just throwing a cigar out there?
I mean, if you can identify, a grower that's willing to work with you and he has the tobacco there and you're willing to buy it, put it aside for a time, I mean, that would be great. But the problem is, to be honest, is that, people want to hop down to Dominican or to Nicaragua or to Honduras, go to a factory, play around with the tobaccos, come up with it, but it's more or less the similar taste profiles. You have to really make it unique. It's like, I go to the show. I come back always 150, 200 samples of cigars. People give me a little bag, free cigars. Could you smoke the cigar when you have time? Let me know your feedback. Of course, I smoke them. I tell them I think it's good or I didn't like it. If I don't like it, I tell them what's wrong with it. I think if it's good, I can even tell them, what to improve with. Because I want everybody to succeed. The more companies that succeed, it's better for us. But at the end of the day, you meet people and I say, okay, so what are you looking for? Oh, I want to make a cigar that tastes like Pepin or some Pete or some cigar from Padron or some cigar from Nick or some cigar from Oliva. So why would I even bother with that if I'm a consumer and that's going to be their tagline or their sales pitch? Well, mine tastes like this. Well, you know what? Here's plus $8. I can get the same cigar from Oliva that I know it's the same cigar. So why take the risk? You have to, you make your own, your own design, your own creativity, your own blend. It has to be totally different from something that's in the market. It can have similar characteristic to it, but don't tell me you want to make a cigar like so and so. It doesn't work that way. And, it's in their head, but you can't fight with them.
Yeah, agreed. Jose, let me ask you this: how many different blends did you go through before you came to this final one?
It was around 30.
30? Wow,
yep.
that wasn't bad. Wow, a lot of guys. We like asking that question because a lot of manufacturers, some are like in the hundreds we've had.
The most blends that I've worked on was made with La Aurora 100 años. That was maybe 40-something blends. At Hoya, it was around 40-something blends, but some blends of, I'll tell you something, the 1495, we put it on 3 blends.
Wow, unbelievable. Nice.
Yeah,
and that's a great cigar.
It is good. It really is. Now, we're getting here towards the end of the show, and I want to ask Jose, is there anything that we did not go over yet that you would like to discuss?
No, look, to be honest, one thing that people have been asking me a lot is how do you compare cigars from the last 6-7 years to cigars before? One of the things that I tell people is, okay, what did we have before was basically, before the boom days, a wrapper would be Candela, Maduro, Indonesia, Cameroon, or Connecticut. 5 rappers. That was basically what it was. But now, how many rappers are we working with? We're working with Piloto Cubano, working with Olor, with San Vicente, Criollo 98, Corojo 99, Corojo 2006, Habana Vuelta Arriba, Mata Fina, Arapiraca, Negro San Andres, Sumatra, Ecuador. I mean, there's so many rappers and so many types of different fillers that we work in. I believe the cigars today are more rich, they're more complex, they're more balanced, they're just a much better smoke than they were years ago. Now, if you compare that with the Cubans, well, of course Cuban cigars were much better before, but why? Because Cuban tobacco was more aged and they gave it more time. And, you know, when the embargo's over, 2-3 years after that, you know, when they get their act together, we will, you know, see the greatness of Cuban cigars again, and it will be good overall for the industry.
Agree. There's definitely a lot of rappers now back from the day. Well, Jose, let's do this as we do in every show before we let you go. And I'm taking a long shot here. I got a feeling your answer is going to change on this one from the last time you were on this show. But we're going to ask it anyway. It's our fan show. It's our chat room always comes this question that they created it. We make sure we ask it no matter who it is. You're on your deathbed. We're going to have to kill you. I'm sorry. But what's your last cigar and what size would it be? Your last cigar. Yep.
Okay. To be honest, I'm going to die then because I've been asked this question. I think it was in Germany at an event, and there was about 5 or 6 people left, and the store owner asked everybody, if you were on an island for a month and you could only smoke one cigar, what would it be? This guy said Padron, this guy said a Cuban, this guy said the other thing, and I didn't answer. And the guy said, well, why are you not answering? I said, well, because I probably would have killed myself because I can't smoke 5 cigars, the same 5 damn cigars a day. And if I would be on my deathbed, to be honest, the cigar that probably would be my last smoke definitely would be a Señorial, which I think is the best cigar I've ever made.
There you go.
And you heard it right there, folks. I mean, Jose has a lot of cigars in the industry. He has a lot of expertise in the industry, and he's saying that's the best cigar he made. So it's definitely something that I want to try myself.
Yeah,
once they
absolutely.
come out. Yeah, I know Mike's excited about it. It's going to be right in his wheelhouse, right there with the with the fullness and everything.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it as always. Well, Jose, you always educate us when you come here. You've always been kind to us, and we really, truly, from the bottom of our hearts, appreciate it. We wish you nothing but success. We know it's going to be a success already, but we wish you the best. We wish you and your family the best. And you're welcome back anytime. We're honored to have you always.
No, it's always great to be with old Mike and young Mike. Definitely, you guys, like I said before the show started, you guys are honest. You guys really have made a difference in what this is all about. You conduct yourselves very, very professional in a professional way. I think that some of the young generation just trying to get in should look the way you guys conduct yourself. You're very respectful. You don't throw out some oddball curves that are unhittable that, you know, or you want to answer or you want to avoid it. Very respectful, and I appreciate for that. Even though, you know, the majority of the shows, I think I answer about 99% of the questions. If there's something I don't know, I just say I don't know. I'm not afraid, ashamed to say that I don't know anything. It's like I said, if anybody ever comes to a shop and he's going to do a presentation and they're going to say that they know everything about tobacco, hear him out as soon as you get home. Just hit the delete button. He's full of it, because this is an ongoing process. Every day you learn something different.
Agreed, 100%. All right, Jose, well, we hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend with your family, Memorial Weekend. And, again, thanks for taking the time out and hanging out with us, and we'll be in talk with you soon.
Great seeing you again, Jose.
It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure, young Mike and old Mike.
Thanks, Jose. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Okay.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Have a good one.
You too, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
All righty. I think that was a great show. I love having Jose on the show. He is just so knowledgeable with everything in the cigar industry. I mean, I think Mike would agree with me there. I mean, he's just an amazing source of knowledge. I would love to have a whole week just sit down and just talk to him about cigars and tobacco, and just it would probably blow my mind. I'd probably have a heart attack or something because I just couldn't take it all in. But
Yeah, no, I agree with you. He's always been great to us, always been kind to us to come on the show, and I personally am looking forward to enjoying this cigar.
uh-oh, what happened there? I think Mike might have hit the wrong button. Oh, this is great. Mike froze up. He hit the wrong. Oh no, my Skype died. Well, everybody, I'm sorry. I guess we will end the show there with me alone. Wow. We made it through the whole thing until the very end, and then my Skype died. I'm going to try to load it up here quick for you to see if we can get Mike back on. Everybody's saying my volume was a little low, but I'm hoping it got better. I'm trying to keep the mic up here to my mouth a little more to help you out. I guess Skype. Oh, Skype's coming up. Hold on there. Oh my Lord, what are we doing? Oh, now it's updating. Oh well. All right, I'm gonna just end the show here by myself. So anyway, thank you all for joining us, and hopefully you would join us next show, and hopefully Skype won't crash again. Oh wait, oh it is coming back up. Hold on. Maybe he will come back. I don't know. Hold on. We're trying. Like to get Mike's final thoughts before he goes away. He's not calling me though. Somebody tell Mike to call me. And then we can get him back on the show too, rather than just seeing my ugly mug and a Skype screen there. I mean, this is kind of weird. Come on, Mike. Wonder if we can get right back into it. Maybe we can join it.
Yeah.
Are we there? Oh, Jose is there too. Hold on.
At the end of the year, the beginning of next year, I'll probably do something with Scotty. So.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, and now he hung up again. Oh my Lord. I'm telling you, the end of this show is just going to be epic. Now look, he's calling. I should just ignore him. I really should. I should have just said to hell with him. I'm not going to answer it.
Are you there?
There, yeah. My Skype crashed.
So did mine.
Really?
Everybody's did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Skype
everybody.
crashed and it came back and it said there was an update, and I was talking to myself to people, and people were like getting ready to throw things at me, and
No, it's crashed on my end and Jose's end.
well,
It crashed at the end of the show.
so folks, it wasn't my fault. So Mike's back here, so he can say his goodbyes now too.
Yeah, sorry guys, I don't know what happened. Skype had a problem, not us. I thought it was us. But thanks for everybody for tuning in, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. Make sure you enjoy your Memorial Weekend, and remember, honor those who make it easier for us to have a life. So thanks for all. We'll talk to you soon.
Later.